Okay, so I did bake a bread on Saturday, but it's gone. And Eric wanted me to make it again. So I want to just quickly show you how quickly I can make it without even having the recipe on the Thermomix. I have an external recipe that I'm going to use, and I'm going to quickly show you how I can do it because I'm in between my classes. So I can actually do it. I have like 10 minutes and then I have to go back to work. But I can actually do it. So I want to show you how quickly you can make your own bread with Thermomix. All right, so once again, I'm moving the camera toward the machine so you can see what I'm doing exactly. And we're gonna start cooking. So the first thing I'm gonna put in is my buttermilk, and I need 500 grams of buttermilk. So I'm gonna slide over to where the scale is, and it's already at 0. You can see the scale, yes. And I need 50 grams of 500 grams of buttermilk, I'm sorry. So it's really like two glasses. I already used this one, so that's why it's not full, but no worries, I have another one. It seems like buttermilk has to be stuck in my refrigerator all the time now because you use it for a lot of different things, which I've never used it before. Now I use it a lot. Okay, I need 30 grams of yeast, and I'm gonna use fresh yeast. I'm gonna tear my scale. I'm gonna put my yeast in. I need 30 grams. See how it's easy because it weighs everything for me. I don't have to worry about measuring cups, weighing things. Everything just goes in and it's done. And a spoonful of honey. Another spoon to just scrape it off. There we go. My honey in. I'm gonna cover it. Put my top on. Slide over to my functions. And I'm gonna warm it up for 3 minutes. No. For 3 minutes to 37 degrees Celsius, and the speed will be 1. So now for 3 minutes I can clean up what I don't need anymore and get ready for the next phase. Okay, so the yeast with the buttermilk and honey are all warmed up and mixed together. There's a piece of yeast that left on the top, but that's okay. Here we go. Looks like this. It's all, and it's warmed up to 37 degrees Celsius. Now I need to add 800 grams of flour, and I'm gonna mix different flours today. So once again, nothing necessary, just pour it in, and I'm gonna probably use all of this bread flour. There we go. And I'm gonna use a little bit of my wheat flour. Oh, I can use it all. I'm gonna have to buy some more. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this flour. There we go. Here's my 800. And I'm gonna add a little bit of oil just so it doesn't crumble. when you cut it, after you make it. Just 20 grams. That's it. And now it's the last step. So I'm gonna use my dough function. So it's that interval mixing that is almost like you would be making the dough by hand. It pretty much is, except that you don't do the labor. 3 minutes. I'm gonna set the timer for 3 minutes again. So altogether it was what, 6 minutes? And I'm gonna start it. And then after it's done for 3 minutes, it's gonna be resting for half an hour. So I don't have to do anything for the next 33 minutes, which is perfect because I'm gonna go and teach my lesson, and then it can even be longer than half an hour. And then when I'm done, I'll be ready for my next step in between. So those little breaks between classes, I could make my own bread. Isn't that amazing? All right. Okay, so my dough has rested for about half an hour, and I'm ready to form my bread and put it in the pot that it has to go in, because that's how you bake it. Anybody can be wondering, why do I do this? Why am I cooking so much? You know what? Being at home as a teacher, as much as, you know, it's a hard work, and we have to be very flexible and do a lot more than we would normally in a classroom, I guess. Cooking gives me opportunity to forget about this mess, for the lack of better words, because it is a mess. It's frustrating. It's hurtful. I miss my students. They miss me. We connect via the internet and via video, but it's not the same. And I think cooking for me, and I've always said it, it became my passion ever since I've got the Thermomix. But it's also my therapy and my little, forget the rest of the world, forget the situation that we are all in and the worries, and just cook and bake. And that's why I do it. And even in between my teaching sessions, as soon as I get everything set and done, ready for the next session, all my materials and whatever I need, then I just come and cook, and I just make things, because it's just my getaway, my, you know, I can be sad type of thing. So here's the dough. It's a little sticky, so that's why I couldn't do what I usually do. And I'm gonna make it so I'm gonna just form my bread, and I make it a little round. What I'm gonna do with it though is my pot is in the oven, actually. It's warming up. So as soon as it does, I'm gonna take it out and put the bread in it and let it rest for another 15-20 minutes. And it's gonna rise a little bit more. And then it's gonna go in the oven. But this is basically done. Yes, the pot is dirty, but it's gonna clean itself. So I'm just gonna put it on the side for now. I need a sharp knife, and I'm gonna cut my dough. I usually do like a few slits everywhere, just like this, and it is ready to be going into the pot and then into the oven. Okay, so I warmed up this pot, so it's very hard. That's why I'm gonna wear my oven mitts to open it, and I'm gonna put the bread right in it, and I'm gonna cover it and let it rest for about 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. Okay, so here's my bread. Goes right in here. gonna connect the... Okay, and then I'm gonna cover it, let it rest for a little bit, and then put it in the oven. So you will see when it's gonna come out in the oven. In the oven, the bread sits at 410 degrees, covered for 40 minutes, and then you uncover it, and for 15 minutes you bake it uncovered to get that crispy crust on top, and then it's all done. So basically it's a very easy way to bake a bread, and I will video when it's done. Alright, so the bread came out of the oven. See the indentation? That's from the lid from my pot, because it rose so high that it actually got indented there. But it's still hot. You can still see the steam coming out, and Eric wanted to cut it, so I cut it, but that way you can also see how beautiful it is inside. So that's it, my bread is made and we can eat.